Right, Joey, I am here with you in a muddy field once more.
Yeah, more mud.
Yeah, the joyous summer's over, but this place is a lovely, lovely thing that you're building here. One of Joe Savage's designs?
Yeah, one of Joe Savage's designs, yeah.
Looks really, really nice, man, so far.
Yeah, it's getting there, yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to take shape now. I've been watching your social media stuff of this job last few months, and obviously you're starting with pretty much a blank canvas.
Yeah, so there was like some sort of like remnants of, this house has been extended like 3 times, so there was like lots of remnants of various renovations like sort of loosely dotted around.
Yeah, like this is just one property, isn't it? I mean, it's rather large, but yeah, it's just one house, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah, there was like a bit of a patio out here, like the front entrance was actually a lot bigger, but it was just really poorly laid out, and around the back there was some sandstone that had just been sort of like thrown down as a last minute sort of tidy up by the builders. And then yeah, the rest of it off camera was like just, it was originally landscaped by Handbricks in the 90s, so there was like rockeries everywhere, loads of like mounds of soil, and it was just a bit like, so very 90s it was, yeah.
Sounds a little bit chaotic or not?
Yeah, a bit like, yeah, it was a bit like pieced together really.
Okay,
yeah, it was a bit weird.
Just wanted to mention that we are day before All Hallows Eve,
yes,
and that's why you might see on camera some spooky adornments.
Spooky, yeah.
I like the heads. It's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're now making Joe's sort of design a reality.
Yeah. So we're about 3/4 of the way through. It will look like on the video there's loads left to do, but all the stuff that's left to do is all quite quick. So it's like turfing and then like spreading gravel on the drive. It's all pretty like simple stuff really. All the difficult stuff's been done really, yeah. So
all the like technical hard landscaping, a lot of that's
we're like 90% there on that, yeah.
So from our side, you've got our Breamore porcelain tiles, which we sourced specifically for you on this job.
Yes, yeah.
That was because the clients actually have the same tile inside, is it?
Yeah, so in the area at the bottom in front of the bar and inside, on like around the pool, on the inside pool, they've got the 12mm version, and then they've got the 20mm version outside the pool doors. And
is that where that like sort of breakfast bar?
Yes, yeah. So they like those tiles, so it made sense to match them because they're quite a plain tile. They're not too patterned, and yeah, they're just quite nice really.
Yeah, it's kind of like a limestone inspired tile, like an off-white sort of colour.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily when you sent me a picture of the internal stuff, I think it might have been you or it might have been Savs, but I was like, I think I recognise that, and I know the factory, and we have a relationship with them, so it was actually really easy to get that going, which I'm glad, because obviously it brings cohesion to the whole build.
It suits the house as well, like. And
the body colour's pretty good actually, isn't it, with the steps, because you've got a lot of steps going on, so the body colour of the tile actually looks quite nice. Yeah,
we always make sure that or where we can, obviously sometimes unavoidable, like on the face of the step, we always have like the factory edge there, because they intentionally, if you ever cut a porcelain tile, the sort of fill in the middle never goes to the edges. That's like
you a lot of time to get that bake-like stripe of different colour.
Exactly, yeah. So we intentionally always try and put the cuts at the back or on the inside, so the factory edge is like on show, because it's generally a lot neater.
Well, you've got a fair few steps in this job, and you've done a great job with that.
So these have they're not as tumbled as the Exbury, but they are like a little bit of a rolled edge, like a pillowed edge. So there is like a nice edge to them. Yeah, a
little sort of limestoney chamfer.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
And then you've got, like, I think I'm imagining this might have come from Joe Savage with the design, but you paired it with our coach house beige cladding, the tile for all of the walling, and that really cool outdoor fireplace is going to be out the back.
Yes, it's going to be like a Corten steel bowl.
Oh, okay,
in the bottom of that,
yeah, nice. And it's one of those ones which is like sort of 360, like
you can go all the way through. Sides, so it was a bit difficult to get a spec for that, because when I worked out the weight of all the blocks and the cladding's actually about 5 tons worth of weight. Believe it or not. Just in that
chimney, bro?
Just in the chimney, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So the lintels are like ridiculous. They're like 290 mil high. They're crazy big lintels, but
it's a bit of engineering on the go.
A little bit of engineering on the go there, nice, I did take advice from a structural engineer because just because of the weight, all on one like small footprint's quite a lot, really.
Yeah. You've got to think about
it's got an 800 mil footing underneath, so it's not going anywhere.
Okay, very good. I mean, it's going to look beautiful. I'm hoping to get back here and actually maybe can have a fire on the go when it's actually.
Yeah. So then great. On the other side, you might not have videoed that side, but there'll be a TV mounted on that side.
Oh, okay, cool.
And the client's plan is to have one of those like picture frame TVs. I think it's a Samsung, so it's got like an actual like wood picture frame, and it always broadcasts like you can choose a photo.
That's very nice.
Then it turns into a TV. So
that whole area will kind of be like an outdoor lounge, really.
Yeah. So on this half, we haven't built it yet, but there's like a barbecue section going between post to post on this side, and then on the other side there'll be like lounge chairs and stuff for them to chill out on.
Lovely outdoor living space.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
really nice. And you've got a cool, I mean, I haven't spent much time filming it because there's a lot of earth being graded and stuff, but there's also like a sunken seating area around the back as well, isn't there? Yeah,
so that was the client was in two minds about whether to actually go ahead with that or not, but I think just because of where it is, it's like tucked out of the way. It's like in between the old pool house and some quite mature shrubs. So it's tucked out of the way, but it's close enough that it's not a pain to walk to it, if that makes sense. Cool. So and again, that conduit that comes up there, that's for like a gas fire pit there. So yeah.
Also, there's going to be another fire in there.
Yeah.
Little sanctuary.
Chill out. Yeah, and we put the floating bench around as well, which is cool. Quite nice. Yeah. So.
And then also I noticed that you've used the Winsor Pavers throughout to do some edging. So we've got some edging around this pathway here, and then you've got that really beautifully laid, Joe.
Thank you.
I know I can see you've done this once or twice before. But the terrace section, the path that goes to the greenhouse and the growing area, that looks really nice in those Winsor Pavers.
Yeah, so the pavers are edging this path, and then there's like a roundabout, and then they'll edge the whole drive eventually, and then at the bottom there's some new gates going in, and there'll be a threshold of pavers there as well. Very to stop the gravel from spilling out. So
that'll look lush. It'll make this look much more stately, because it's an old sort of like broken tarmac track. So.
Yeah, it's there was, before you came a couple of months ago, there was a huge like teardrop shaped island in the middle with like a ridiculous tree in it. It was stupidly big.
So that would have dominated the space.
Yeah, and it was like sort of this high. It was really high, so that's all like come out, and this drive is actually going to it's going to sort of follow the curve of this roundabout round and curving quite a lot more.
Work with sleepers round by the growing area, as well as our like Frederick Core-10 steel edging.
So we've used
a lot of different materials.
I think we've had like 150 metres of steel edging here.
Yeah.
So there's some down there just behind that sort of raised walkway. It's retaining all the flower beds up there. There's a big greenhouse going in. We've built like a mower shed and stuff up there. Yeah.
The steel edging is actually a really cool product, isn't it? We haven't talked much about our part in supplying that, but it's really handy for like retaining areas.
It is, even if you're not having even if it's not on show, it just gives you that like definitive edge. So up there, it's defining the between the gravel and the planting.
Yeah.
Whereas if you were to just have gravel, like even up to a timber edge, obviously over time that timber is gonna, rot away, and the metal edge will rust eventually, but you're gonna get like 10 times the lifespan out of that than you will have a bit of like full on. Yeah.
I mean, I've had to do some work on my house where I've replaced timber edging with the Core-10 stuff, and you can tell it's going to last.
That stuff is really easy to use, because the way that Weather have done it with the little square pegs on the back, it's just easy to use. Yeah. We're going to be done here in January, and then be good to give it a couple of months for it to all sort of grow up. And look pretty. So
yeah,
cool.
I'm looking forward to coming back and seeing what you do with this place.
Lovely.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, Craig.
See you soon, mate.